SoFi and stock market investors, what is going on? Welcome back to the channel. My name is Jason. I got a great SoFi video lined up for you guys today. Was on a little bit of a hiatus, taking a little vacation for my dad's birthday and Memorial Day. But as you can see, SoFi crossed over 17 bucks today. I'm going to talk to you guys about why that's a huge deal in my opinion. Up almost 5% today. Solid week, up over 8%, bouncing off some lows that we've hit over the last month, down to 15 bucks per share. Now right around $17 per share. I absolutely love that. All right, all my SoFi investors, we only need like 70 more subscribers to get to 5K. If you could do me a huge favor by hitting that like button and subscribing to the channel, I'd really appreciate it. In this little baby Robinhood account, we got 614 shares here. And here's the big dog. We got 6,495 shares. Cost basis $18.35. It's actually much lower than this because I bought and sold tons of covered calls over the last 4 or 5 years. So it's probably more in that $12 range with all the covered calls that I've sold over the last couple of years. And just so you know, here we go, guys. This account, the big dog, closing in on 200K, up 143% over the last 2 years, crushing it. Just another reason why you should subscribe to the channel here. All right, 1696. SoFi launched SoFi USD, a bank-issued US dollar stablecoin, allowing its nearly 15 million members to buy, sell, and hold the stablecoin directly on the SoFi app. That is some news that just got released. Market cap closing in on $22 billion. Gotta love that. We're pretty much right in the middle of, where Morningstar has a 1-star price and a 5-star price, pretty much at fair value in that 17 to 20-ish dollar range, in my opinion. I think anything under 20 bucks is a steal. Okay, back to what I was talking about earlier, why this price action around 17 bucks is a huge deal, potentially, for SoFi stock moving forward. If we look at some technical analysis, I do like to incorporate some TA in my overall investing strategy. I'm not a big technical analysis guy. I like to dive in deeper to the company, but I do love looking at this as a reference point to just kind of see where we're at. We broke through the 50-day moving average today as we're up 81 cents per share. The 50-day simple moving average is at 1669, and we broke through that, and the price is jumping back up 16.99. Hopefully we close over 17 bucks. And the number that I'm looking at, SoFi investors, which would be huge for the momentum of the stock moving forward, is this 100-day moving average at $19.29. The 200-day moving average, because the stock drops so significantly in such a short amount of time, it's going to be hard to catch up to that. So I think from where the stock is trading at now and those $15 lows that we hit over the last several months, I think 1929 is a huge, I don't know if you want to call it a milestone, but a number as investors we have to look out for. If you're going to sell covered calls, sell them in the next couple of weeks around this $18.50, $19 range. This way you could kick it down the road if we do blast through this 1929 100-day moving average. I think that could be huge for the stock if we cross 1929 over the next couple of months. We'll have another earnings report, mid-summer-ish, mid to late summer there coming up. So I do think that SoFi is in a place to cross that as we get closer and closer to the next earnings report. I want to see if it's on here on Robinhood. It's expected, July 28th is our next expected earnings report. They're expecting, 11 cents per share. So that's kind of where we're at right now. So I'm excited for the summer, guys. I think if we cross these numbers, 1929, and if we cross the 200-day moving average, it's going to be off to the races, and then 30 bucks is going to come not too long after that, in my opinion. The other moving average year to date, simple moving average year to date, is at 1937, right around that 1929. So I think that's the number, 1929. If we could get the stock up to that price over the next month or two as we approach the July 28th earnings. Like 2 months away from that right now. I think it's very doable. And then maybe we even close in on this 200-day moving average if this momentum continues over the next couple of weeks. But we have seen some insider buying. We have crossed over 808 million institutional shares owned. Anthony Noto continues to buy the stock. Institutional owners up to 958. I would love to see that up over 1,000 by the end of the year. I do think S&P 500 inclusion could be right around the corner. I think there's one midsummer, and then there's one again in September. I think I'm looking more towards the one in September for inclusion for SoFi. Here's the institutional chart we've seen since January of 2023 up and to the right. So institutions are continuing to add to their share count. It's been a little quiet over the last week. We did have one guy, Cozad Asset Management, 21,000 shares, opened up a new position here today. But over the last couple of weeks, we've seen big dog companies add to their share count. Vanguard increased their 111 million share stake by 2%. The capital management and portfolio management legs of Vanguard also opened up positions. And we're just seeing UBS Group added to their position. I think Citigroup added a ton of shares to their position. So a lot of domestic banks adding to their positions. So I'm really excited about that. Defiance ETFs added a 5 million share position back in the middle of May. So I'm excited about what's happening with SoFi stock. We're up over 63% of institutional ownership. And if we get this up to 65%, 70%, it's going to bring a lot of stability to the stock, in my opinion. I just want to give you an update on some key numbers here in this video today. When we take a look at the technical analysis, I think we crossed the 20-day, we crossed the 50-day. I think the 100-day moving average is next. That's it. 1929. That's the number we have to look out for, SoFi investors. If we can cross and hold 18 to 1850 by the end of June, and then we have a runway in July to cross that 1929 range, and then head closer and closer to this 200-day moving average of $23.24. Again, guys, don't forget to hit that like button and subscribe to the channel. Appreciate you guys tuning in. Peace.